So a certain part of the God of War Ragnarok trailer has my mind buzzing. Right here you can see Freya shapeshift into a falcon before attacking Kratos head on. Why does this have me thinking, you wonder? Right before this part of the trailer, Atreus expresses how dead set he is on finding out who he is. Specifically, who Loki is.
I should be out there! Finding out who I am! Who Loki is!
Many of us may be trying to make some sort of connection with what is happening here, so I'm just going to talk about it. As we all know, Loki in the traditional sense is the iconic trickster god of Norse myth and is known for his large number of unpredictable deeds, usually done while taking the form of another being, or shape-shifting. The most famous of his tricks being when he turned into a fly and bit Sindri on the eye while he and Brock forged Thor's hammer Mjolnir, and caused it to end up having a much shorter handle than it was supposed to, and when he carved the mistletoe spear responsible for killing Baldur as he was disguised as another Asgardian. It is now rather obvious that having mastery over Vanir Satyr, or magic, includes the ability to change one's form at will, though to what extent is unknown. It was also shown that Kratos and Atreus will venture to Vanaheim, homeland of Freya, during the events of God of War Ragnarok, so here's where things get a little interesting. Kratos and Atreus obviously have no beef with Freya and want to do her no harm, despite her current mental state. Kratos has already shown that he has zero interest in going to war with the gods of Asgard. What's to say that the reason our journey in God of War Ragnarok isn't going to take us to Vanaheim so that Kratos and Atreus can speak with Freyr, Freya's brother and ruler of Alfheim, and to try to get him to possibly help Freya come to her senses or at least make him aware of what has happened. Freyr was nowhere to be seen in Alfheim during the war between the Light and Dark Elves that was taking place during the last game, and is assumed to have either fled to Vanaheim or is possibly being held prisoner in Asgard again. But for the sake of this video, let's assume that he did indeed go back to Vanaheim. Freyr will certainly care about his sister and probably feels indebted to her for being the literal peace treaty that ended the war between the Aesir and Vanir, following Freyr's attempt at diplomacy and subsequent capture at the hands of Odin. The Vanir did view Freya marrying Odin as betrayal and forbade her from ever returning to the realm, but if there's one thing that God of War has shown us, it's that gods sometimes end up looking past a lot of shit and look out for their own, sometimes for the worst. Of course, I think that Freyr would be very reluctant to help Kratos and Atreus and may even refute what they are saying out of disbelief. But once Freyr learns that Atreus and Kratos are responsible for what looked to be a temporary end to the war in Alfheim, he may come around to the news about Freya a little more. But with gods being gods, he will want Kratos and Atreus to earn their audience with him, which leads us to the return to Alfheim that is shown in the latest trailer. The war is yet to be over and Alfheim is in chaos. The Light Elves believe that the presence of Freyr himself is what will bring the realm true peace. So why wouldn't Freyr send Kratos and Atreus to his realm to aid in the war effort to ensure his safe return? What I'm getting at is maybe once Alfheim is reclaimed and Kratos and Atreus finally earn the eyes and ears of Freyr, maybe the Vanir god will decide to help them with the ongoing issue with Freya. And most importantly, since Freyr may very well be the only god that doesn't have it out for Kratos and Atreus, he may be willing to answer Atreus' questions about who he is and what his heritage as a Jötnar means, and most importantly about who Loki is. Without Loki, there's no death of Baldur, no creation of Jormungandr or Hel or Fenrir, and no end of the gods of Asgard during Ragnarok, which Freyr most certainly wants at this point given past events. Being one of the leaders of the Vanir tribe of gods, and also another master of Vanir Satyr, I believe that Freyr will teach Atreus the ways of that tribe's magic, probably to Kratos' disdain. With more power through the form of magic, Atreus will be able to efficiently play his role in Ragnarok, the way that he is supposed to play it, as Loki. There's nothing stopping him from gaining the ability to shapeshift, and if the game takes this path, there's nothing stopping him from creating Jormungandr, Fenrir, and Hel with Vanir magic. I know that Angrboda played a major role in the creation of Loki's 3 children in Norse mythology, and I think she's still going to play that same role during God of War Ragnarok. She is one of the last surviving Jötnar and happens to be taking refuge in Vanaheim. The gods and all that are aware of Ragnarok know how valuable the Jötnar can be as allies, and with how the gods are obsessed with changing their fates come Ragnarok, Freyr could very well be wanting to make sure that he's on the right side of things once the inevitable all-out war against Asgard breaks out, and has made sure to teach Angrboda the ways of Vanir Satyr as well. So, was that too far-fetched, or did I just predict the plot of the game in a way? None of us will know till God of War Ragnarok releases, but that would certainly be an interesting way for events to tie together and make sense as we wait until the game comes out, right? Thank you all so much for watching me spitball here and allowing me to just be able to speak my ideas out loud so that others may come up with cool shit on their own. I'd love to see what some of you come up with down in the comments below, and even in the form of your own videos discussing the topic. And also feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We do all sorts of things here, be it make some passion videos about God of War and other games, review games, and live stream a wide variety of stuff. Hope to see you all around. Take care.